present. Can I present?
Yes, ma'am.
One second.
Yes, ma'am.
Children, you should not answer. Just mute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, some people said they can't see me, so I've switched on my camera. Yeah, is my PPT visible?
Yes,
Ma'am?
yes. Yes,
Yes?
madam.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it is the topic, as I already said, is English pronunciation for all. Okay. So without much ado, I will start the session. This is session 1, introduction. Now, pronunciation is very important because it gives fluency, a kind of clarity to your speech. And the aim of teaching pronunciation is to be able to be intelligible to everybody across the world.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So pronunciation. So pronunciation teaching does not mean that you would be taught the accent of the Britishers or the American accent. Learning pronunciation skills, the basics of pronunciation, would help you to pronounce your words better, your diction becomes better, and you would sound very polished when you speak also, when you keep in mind all the rules of pronunciation and use them in everyday speech. So that is why phonetics is a study of speech sounds. When you study these speech sounds, it helps you to make your speech much better. Now, intelligibility means the ability to make other people understand what you speak. Now, when you learn the basics of pronunciation, you would actually get rid of the influence of the mother tongue on the way you speak English. Now, what happens in India? People are from different regions, and there are so many languages that are used in India. So, whichever language that we use as our mother tongue, the influence of that mother tongue can be seen or felt when we speak English. There are certain typical things that people speaking different languages use when they speak English also. For example, Telugu speaking people have the tendency to stress the r sound in the words. For example, world, earth, and z is pronounced as j. For example, zoo is pronounced ju. Right? So these are the things that, if you take people from Kerala who speak Malayalam, what they do is in their speech, they don't have aw sound. So pop, pop, they say pop. For pop, they say pop, pop music. Okay, and l is stressed by them into l. So these are the influences of their mother tongue on the way they speak English. Like Bengalis don't have a v sound in their language, v, like van. Okay, so for Ravi, and they don't have a also, they pronounce it as a. So Rabindranath Tagore, they pronounce Robindranath Tagore. So wherever there is v sound, they substitute it with b sound. Okay, so the knowledge of pronunciation skills would help you to get rid of such things in the way you speak English. So phonetics is actually a scientific study. It studies scientifically, it studies how speech sounds are produced, okay, and how these sounds are classified, and how to transcribe words into sounds. Text is words, nothing but words. Now transcription is writing in sounds. So this sound system that we are going to look at belongs to the British regime, British English, that is called RP. RP is received pronunciation. Now, this is the only sound system that is available, and this is the basis of all sounds in English. Okay, so that is why it is important to learn RP, or the received pronunciation, but we need not follow all these things to the T. We can make it our own also. For example, in India, we have General Indian English, GIE, or the General Indian English. Now, this is a standard variety of English spoken by the educated classes in India. Like RP, that is the received pronunciation, that is the standard form of English spoken in England. Now, they have other varieties of English also in Britain. Now, there are different varieties of English. These are all dialects. These are called dialects. The regional varieties of a language are called dialects. But there is a standard language which is standardized by people, and it is used by the educated classes and for academics. Okay, that is the standard form of the language. So in India we have GIE. So if you learn GIE is also fine, but RP forms the basis of all the sounds. Now, how do we produce these speech sounds? Animals also produce sounds, don't they? But they cannot speak, except maybe for a parrot. If a parrot can be trained, it can speak. But not many other animals can speak, but they can produce certain different varieties of sounds. It's only we humans who can produce so many varieties of sounds, which is also speech. Okay. Now, what do we require to produce these speech sounds? And there is a mechanism in us, which is a special mechanism in us, which helps us to produce these speech sounds. Okay. So the first of those is the energizer. The energizer is nothing but the air that is exhaled. Now, when we speak, we release the air through the mouth. Okay. So that air that passes from the lungs and through the windpipe is released through the mouth. So that is the energizer. This is the air that gives energy to our speech. And then vibrators. The vibrators are nothing but the vocal cords that you find in your throat. Okay. So inside your larynx, in the throat you have a larynx that is called the voice box or the speech box of humans. Okay. So in the larynx there are two thin strips of flesh tightly put together, and these act as like a leaf-like tissue actually. So they are there in the windpipe to stop the food that we eat going into the windpipe. Okay. So these are the vocal cords, and when we speak, the air passes through the vocal cords. There's a small gap between the vocal cords, which is hardly actually perceptible to the naked eye. So, but there is a gap, and this gap is called the glottis. So when air passes through this gap in the vocal cords, they vibrate. They vibrate. That is why the vocal cords are called vibrators. Okay, and then resonators. What is to resonate? Science people would know. Resonate. What is to resonate? It is to echo. Now, what happens when we hum in our throat? We close our mouth and we hum, right? I'm not speaking, but I'm humming. So what happens there is the air goes round and round inside, and it makes sound. It echoes. Okay. So the passages of the throat, mouth, and nose are the resonators. So these are the three important things that we have which help us to produce speech sounds. Okay. Now, I already told you this. Vocal cords are also called vocal folds. They're found in the larynx. They are two thin strips of muscle tissue held close together. And they vibrate when air passes through the gap in the vocal cords. And this gap in the vocal cords is called glottis. Now tell me, how many letters are there in English? Anybody? Can anybody tell me?
Ma'am,
26 letters.
26,
Yes. Very good.
ma'am. 26, ma'am.
Yes, very good, children. There are 26 letters of the English alphabet. Okay, these are letters of the English alphabet. You do not call them alphabets. Okay, that is wrong. They are all letters of the English alphabet. Now you cannot use it in the plural. Alphabets cannot be used. Okay, so there are 26 letters. In Telugu, how many letters are there? How many of you study Telugu?
56, ma'am.
52, 56 or 52? 52. In Hindi?
52, ma'am.
In Hindi?
52.
In Hindi?
52, ma'am.
49, ma'am, in Hindi.
In Hindi, how many?
49.
49.
Yes, ma'am.
49.
Okay. Okay.
39, ma'am.
Okay. Very good. Now, there are so many letters in our languages, right? 52, 56, 49. But in English, there are only 26 letters, right? Letters are only 26. Why is there such a difference? Now, what our people have done, our Indians are all very clever people, So, what Indians have done is they have given a letter to each sound. Okay? They've represented each sound in a letter. But the English people could not do that, in letters at least. But if you go by the sounds in English, there are 44 sounds. How many sounds? How many sounds?
44.
Yes, there are 26 letters of the English alphabet, but there are 44 sounds in it. And there is no relationship between spelling and pronunciation in English. That is why there is a lot of doubt in pronunciation, right? For example, PUT, how do you pronounce PUT? How do you pronounce BUT? B for Bombay. BUT, how do you pronounce that? But the letter used there is U, right? But it is pronounced differently. It is pronounced differently in both these words. One is U sound, the other one is A sound. But A sound. Input U sound, right? So there is no relation between the letters and the sound, the spelling and the sound in English, and that is why there is a lot of confusion. Now, if you remember, I told you that most of the sounds we produce, when we produce, the air is released through the mouth, right? Anything related to the mouth is called oral. So oral sounds. Now, what are these oral sounds? These sounds are produced when air is released through the mouth. And then nasal sounds. These are the basic categories of sounds that we have. Oral sounds, nasal sounds. Now, nasal is related to the nose. Anything related to the nose is called nasal. So, what is nasal sounds? These sounds are produced when air is released through the nose. Okay? And then we have voiced sounds. Now, if you remember, I told you the vocal cords are there in the larynx. What happens to the vocal cords? Sometimes when air passes through them, the vocal cords vibrate, don't they? They vibrate. So, there are many sounds actually are produced with the vibration of the vocal cords. And these sounds are called voiced sounds. Okay? So, what are voiced sounds? These are produced when the vocal cords vibrate. I will tell you how also later. Then you have unvoiced or voiceless sounds. So unvoiced or voiceless sounds are produced when vocal cords do not vibrate. Clear? Till here, you have oral sounds, you have nasal sounds, you have voice sounds, you have unvoiced or voiceless sounds. Okay? Children, so how many sounds are there in English?
44.
44. Yes, very good. Yes,
44 sounds in English.
yes, very good. Yeah. Now listen, all of you, again, you mute yourself and listen, okay? Then
English.
Then, before we look at the sounds individually, you need to know the organs of speech. The organs of speech are all the organs that we use in the production of each sound. Okay. So, I already told you, air passes from the lungs through the windpipe to the mouth and nose, and we use the tongue and the lips in different positions before we let it escape to produce different sounds. Okay, so that is why it's very important to know the organs of speech. So first is the tongue. The tongue, all of you have a tongue. Without the tongue, we cannot speak. So what is a tongue? It's a very flexible muscle, right? Now this tongue is divided into 4 parts. How many parts?
4 parts.
4 parts.
4 parts. Divided into 4 parts.
Yes. So first is the tip of the tongue. Okay, the tip of the tongue, you know what the tip of the tongue is, right? The tip of the tongue, that is the edge of the tongue. When you put your tongue out, you see the tip of the tongue. I can show you the diagram also later. Then the blade of the tongue, just after the tip, that small part after the tip is called the blade of the tongue. And then after the blade of the tongue, you have the front of the tongue and the back of the tongue. Okay, so how many parts? Tip, blade, front,
Blade, front.
and back of the tongue. Okay, these are the parts of the tongue. Tongue is one organ that we use to produce speech sounds. Okay, then you have the roof of the mouth. What is the roof of the mouth? When you open your mouth, the top of the mouth above the tongue. Yeah, not the teeth. The roof of the mouth above the tongue, okay, that is called the roof of the mouth, and that is divided into 3 parts: the teeth ridge, hard palate, and soft palate. Okay, now let me go to the diagram and show you. Now, can you see the diagram here?
Yes, ma'am.
Now see, this is, can you see my cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Now see, this is inside the mouth, okay? Can you see this? This is inside the mouth, and this is the tongue. This is the tongue. Now this is the tip of the tongue. See, you can see this. This is the tip of the tongue. And just after the tip is the blade of the tongue. Okay? The tip, the blade, front and back. Now here, this is the complete tongue. This is the tip, this is the blade, this is the front, and this is the back of the tongue. Now, above the tongue is the roof of the mouth. This is the roof of the mouth. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yes, good. Now, this is the roof of the mouth. The roof of the mouth is divided into teeth ridge. Now, this is the teeth. Okay. Now, just behind the teeth, you can put your tongue behind the teeth and touch it. Can you see where the teeth end and your gums start? Can you touch that and tell me with your tongue, tip of your tongue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that is called the teeth ridge or the alveolar ridge. Also called the alveolar ridge. Okay, teeth ridge or the alveolar ridge. And then after the teeth ridge, you can put your tongue back into the center of the roof of the mouth and touch it. See, it is hard. Can you touch it? In the center? Hey, with your tongue, you just put it up. It is hard. It is hard, right?
Yes, ma'am, it is hard.
Hard. So that is called the hard palate. Okay, what is it called? The hard palate. Here the name is different, alveopalatal, but it is called the hard palate. Okay. beyond the hard palate. Once again, you put your tongue to the back of the roof of the mouth and touch it. You can see it is very soft. Can you touch it? And tell me. Yes. So that is,
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Very
Soft.
Yes, ma'am, it was very soft.
so that is called the soft palate. What is it called? Soft palate.
Soft palate.
So the roof of the mouth is divided into 3 parts. What is it? Teeth rich, hard palate, soft palate.
Soft palate.
Okay. And then when you open your mouth wide and look in the mirror, you can see 2 pieces of flesh hanging, one from above, one from below. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this one and this one. Okay. Okay. So this is this. After the hard palate, you have this. Can you see this? This is called the uvula. Uvula. Now the soft palate is also called the velum. Okay. Velum. This is the uvula. Now this uvula, what happens is it moves up and down like this. Okay. This uvula can move up and down. And here, after the root, you know what you call that in Telugu? Kondanalika, I think, right? You call that the Kondanalika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that is called the epiglottis. This is this one, okay? That is called the epiglottis. And this is called the uvula. And this uvula keeps moving up and down. When it moves up, now this is the nasal passage. Can you see it? This is the nasal cavity or the passage. Through the nose, the air passes here and comes here. Okay? From the nose, the air passes through the nasal cavity and it passes through the windpipe here, windpipe. Okay? That is called the trachea. This is the foot pipe, this is the windpipe. Air passes through the nasal cavity. This is the nasal cavity inside the nose. Okay? Now you have teeth, you have lips. Very important because we use the lips and the teeth also to produce different sounds. Okay, now this gap between the uvula and the epiglottis is called the pharynx. This area is called the pharynx. Now this is the windpipe, right? Now can you see this here? This is the, what is this? Vocal cords. These are the vocal cords. Okay, inside the windpipe. Here, the wind passes through the vocal cords. There's a gap in the vocal cords and this gap is called the glottis. And this is the foot pipe, this is the windpipe. Now can you see all the organs of speech here?
Yes,
All-
ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
No, you
Yes,
can't.
ma'am.
Yeah, good.
Ma'am, you can't see, ma'am.
Yeah, so okay. So these are the organs of speech. Now you have the tongue, which is divided into 4 parts. The tip, the blade, the front and the back of the tongue. And then you have the roof of the mouth, which is divided into 3 parts. That is teeth ridge, hard palate and soft palate. And then you have the uvula, that is the lip-like flesh hanging downwards beyond the soft palate. And you have the epiglottis, the lip-like flesh hanging behind the tongue. You have the vocal cords, teeth and lips. Now lips are used in different positions, okay? Can you see me? Am I seen anywhere in the camera? Not seen?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
You can see me?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I am able to see you.
No, ma'am.
Can't see me.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, we can see you. See you.
I cannot see myself here. I cannot see myself here, that's why. Okay, fine. Fine. Now see, the lips are visible, fine, good. Now, the lips are used in different positions, okay, to produce different sounds. For example, close, like this, close, okay, and then spread, a, ooh, ooh, ooh. When I say ooh, it is closed.
See the presentation, ma'am.
No, that's okay. When I say a, lips are spread. When I say ah, ah, mouth is open, lips are open, right? Okay, so this is how we use the lips in different positions to produce different sounds, and we have to practice using those. For example, W. How do you pronounce W? The letter W. How do you pronounce that?
W.
In a word. For example, W-O-W. That's a word. How do you pronounce that?
Ma'am, W.
W-O-W. Word.
W. Oh. W, ma'am.
I've given you the spelling.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I say wow. Right? You say wow. W is pronounced. Yeah, not wow. Huh? Look at my lips. Look at my lips.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. It's pronounced wow. Okay. For example,
Fast pronunciation.
another example. Children, listen first. I'll give you another example.
Okay, ma'am.
W-H-A-T.
Children, don't.
What, ma'am?
Children, put your answers in the chat box. Don't unmute yourself. Put your answers in chat box.
Okay, ma'am.
You don't say loudly. Put your answers in chat box, please.
One at a time you can actually, because this is pronunciation, ma'am, so I want them to pronounce it.
See,
W-
when all the children are opening, there is a lot of noise. No?
Yes. A lot of disturbance is there, but they are participating. Enthusiastic.
They are showing much interest. It's
Yeah. So see, W is pronounced what. You say what. Okay. V is pronounced V. The teeth touch the lip, lower lip. Okay. Can you see? So we say van. V-A-N is pronounced van. But W-H-A-T is what. Right. Now V-A-L-E-T. Do you know this word?
Wallet.
V. Okay, listen. V-A-L-E-T is pronounced valet. T is silent there. Okay, it's pronounced valet. W-A-L-L-E-T. That's a small purse that you can carry, right? That's pronounced wallet. W-A-L-L is pronounced wall. Right? It's not wall. It is wall. So I'm just giving you examples of how we use our lips when we spread them, when we bring them together, when we pout them. Different sounds are produced. Okay, so that's how we use the lips in different positions. We use the teeth also differently in the production of different sounds. Okay, now I'll go back to my PPT. It's almost done today's session because I want to take it slow. Okay, so if you have any questions, Aruna Garu, for today's session I'm keeping it very short because the next topic is classification of sounds. This is just an introduction. So if there are any questions, they are welcome, and anything else that you require also, just let me know. Any questions here related to today's introduction also, they are welcome.
My dear students and teachers, if you have any questions, one by one, you can ask the questions, right? Okay, thank you. Do you have questions?
No, ma'am.
My dear teachers, do you have any questions?
I have a question, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ma'am, how to know whether we have to pronounce the word or we shouldn't pronounce the letter? I mean, how to know, ma'am, whether we have to pronounce it or not?
For example, You tell me, silent letters are you talking about? Are you talking about silent letters in a word?
Yes, he is talking about silent letters.
Just give me a word, will you?
Like you said as valet, ma'am. So the T is silent
Valet.
over there.
Yeah, valet. Valet.
How to
No,
know whether we have to pronounce it or not?
that you have to listen to somebody speaking and then learn. Otherwise, you can't know, because English is a funny language. It is a funny language. There are many silent letters. For example, the U in many words. Americans, that's what Americans did. They actually did away with some silent letters. For example, in color, we say COLOUR, right? We don't pronounce the U there at all. But we write COLOUR. Americans have done away with the U because it is silent and there is no use for that letter over there. But in English, that spelling, we need to follow that spelling. In India, we follow British English. Not exactly their accent, but we follow British English. But if you write COLOR, it is correct. It is not wrong. And how will you know? You cannot know. You cannot know. You have to learn. You have to learn from somebody. Night, yes. Night is silent, yes. You have to consciously learn from somebody. Okay? Unless you learn from somebody, you cannot know.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Shall I ask you some questions from today's? Shall I ask teacher?
Yes,
Shall I ask?
ma'am. Ask.
Ask? Okay, what is phonetics?
Phonetics.
Ma'am,
What does phonetics do?
ma'am,
Yeah?
this is one of the parent only.
Sorry?
I'm one of the parent.
Okay, fine.
Shall I tell?
Yeah, please.
There are kinds of speech sounds.
Not kinds. You said kinds of speech sounds?
Kinds.
Kinds. No.
Study of
The study of sound.
Yes. It is a scientific study actually. There's a lot of science that goes behind this, because when I teach this in classes, my classes also, my students ask me, ma'am, is this a biology class? Because I draw the diagram on the board and tell them these are all the organs of speech and all. But then you need to know what organs you are using and why you are using to produce different sounds in English. So it is a scientific study of speech sounds and how they are produced and how they are articulated. Yeah, correct. Very good. And how many letters of the English alphabet?
26.
26.
There are 26,
ma'am.
yes. But then if you go by the letters, how many sounds are there?
44.
44, ma'am.
Very important. This is what you need to know. You will be in the next class. I'll teach you vowels, and then the next class consonants. Okay. So 44.
PPT and we can show you also, ma'am.
Sorry, ma.
Ma'am, we can do PPT and we can also show you, ma'am.
Not now. Maybe later.
Okay, ma'am.
Because my PPT is already ready. What do you want to share?
At last,
What do you want to
ma'am,
share?
I'm asking, ma'am. That's all. At last.
No, you can make. You can make. Yes, you can make. What do you want to make?
Ma'am,
They
what
want
are
to
you
make a
teaching every
PPT.
day? I will make, ma'am.
Yeah, PPT of what?
Ma'am, what are you teaching every day? I'm going to do that one, ma'am.
Okay, good, very good.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am.
Go on, make it. No problem. That's how you learn. Did anybody take down notes now?
Ma'am, show one first, ma'am. We will write.
Not necessary, not necessary, but I'm just asking. You did? Bhadravini, you wrote? Did you write? No. Okay, not necessary, because I'll give this PPT to your ma'am, Aruna ma'am, principal ma'am, and you can take it from her if you want it. Okay? So you just listen. Pay attention and listen. There are 44 sounds, and then I gave you the basic categories of sounds. What are they? The basic categories of sounds. I told you when we speak, we release the air through the mouth. Most of the times, we release the air through the mouth. There are certain sounds for which the mouth is closed and the air is released through the nose. Right? Now, what is the special mechanism that we have to produce speech sounds?
Tongue.
I spoke about 3 things.
Energizer, vibrators, resonators.
Yes, yes. 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 Who gave the answer?
This is parent, madam. Not
Okay. Good. Good. Okay. Yeah. Energizer, the vibrators, and the resonators. Now, what are the what is the energizer?
when air is exhaled, the sound comes. That is
Air.
energizer.
Air is actually the energizer that gives energy to our speech. Okay, air that is released through the mouth or the nose, that is the energizer. And then vibrators. What are the vibrators? Children, I want you to answer.
Ma'am, vibrators is nothing but it is from the pipe.
Yeah. What are the vibrators? Why are they called vibrators?
Vocal cords.
Because
Yeah, very good. Vocal cords.
all the
What happens to the vocal cords?
They vibrate.
And why?
They will vibrate when we are pronouncing
when we
something.
talk about
Ah.
things,
Yes. In the pronunciation of many sounds, the vocal
the
cords
vocal cord will vibrate.
vibrates. That's why they are called the vibrators. They're very important, okay? If you get an infection in your larynx, it's called laryngitis. Laryngitis, which is actually a serious problem. Okay, so larynx is your speech box or a voice box. It's called the voice box. And for boys and men, you can see the bone jutting out in the throat.
Adam's apple.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
good. Very good. Adam's apple. Now, behind the Adam's apple, you have the vocal cords. For men. For women also, we don't have that bone jutting out, but it is there. The vocal cords are there. Okay, Adam's apple only for men, boys and men. What are the resonators? What's the meaning of resonate? Science students would know.
Echo.
Echo, yes. When you hum,
Throat, mouth, and nose.
now when you hum, what happens? The air inside, it echoes and it makes the sound, right? The sound comes out. You don't do anything, but the sound comes out. That is resonate inside, right? Okay, so what are the resonators? The passage of the throat, the mouth, and the nose. These are called the resonators. Okay. Then, what are the basic classification of sounds that I told you? Basic classification.
Oral sounds, nasal sounds,
Yes.
voice, and voiced.
Yes. Oral sounds.
Ma'am,
Nasal.
oral sounds, nasal.
Yeah.
Oral sounds, nasal sound, voice sound,
Sounds, nasal sounds, voice sounds. Unvoiced or nasal sound.
Now you know what voice sounds are. What are voice sounds?
When vocal cords are vibrated.
Yes, very good. The sounds that are produced with the vibration of the vocal cords. These are called voice sounds. So what are unvoiced or voiceless sounds? They are produced when the vocal cords do not vibrate.
Vibrate.
Yes.
They
Yes.
produce
Okay.
when the vocal cord do not vibrate.
Yes. So the tongue is, how many parts is the tongue divided into?
Ma'am, 4 parts, ma'am.
Yeah. What are they?
Blade,
Head, front and back.
back.
Back,
Yes. Why do you need to know all these things? Let me explain. You need to know all these divisions of the tongue because we use each one in the production of different sounds. The tip is used in the production of some sounds, the blade is used in the production of some sounds, the front is used, and then the back is used in different sounds, in the production of different sounds. That is why we need to know this division also. Okay, and then the roof of the mouth. And the roof of the mouth is divided into how many parts?
3 parts.
Yes, what are they?
3 parts.
What are they?
Teeth grade,
Teeth,
Soft
ridge,
plate, hard plate,
Not plate.
model plate,
hard plate and soft plate.
hard palate, hard palate,
Teeth,
Children, listen. It's called palate.
hard palate,
Okay.
soft palate, and
hard palate, soft palate. Hard palate and
Teeth
soft
rich, hard palate, and
teeth rich,
soft
hard
palate.
palate, and soft
teeth
palate.
ridge.
Now, these two I told you, na, if you open your mouth in front of the mirror and look inside, you will see these two
Oh,
lip-like flesh hanging.
uvula,
Yeah, uvula and
uvula,
epiglottis. Epiglottis.
epiglottis.
Yeah. Then I told you about the vocal cords. Then
Vocal
you have that. And these are all the organs of speech. Now you can see the diagram also. Okay. So today I'll stop with this. We will continue with classification of sounds in the next class. Okay. If you have any more questions, you can ask.
Roman.
No. So Aruna ma'am.
Yes,
No doubt.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you, madam. Thank you, Rama, madam. Very lively class.
Okay. Somebody said some doubt.
Yes, yes. We have given in chat box. Who have doubt, you can ask now. Any one of you, either faculty or the children?
Ma'am?
Any doubt?
Ma'am?
It is not hard ridge or soft ridge. It is teeth.
Ma'am, what is the organism?
Sorry, I didn't understand what you asked.
Ma'am, what is mean by organism?
Organism.
Yes, ma'am.
Organism is any living thing that is an organism. Any living thing is an organism. The virus is also an organism. But that has nothing to do with this class. These are organs. Organs are parts in the body. Right?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So tomorrow I will start classification of sounds and I'll teach you vowel sounds. So which is a very important topic.
Okay, ma'am.
We'll meet again tomorrow.
Bye.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, madam.
Every day with
Bye,
the same
ma'am.
link. Madam, the link
Yeah.
is not changed. Every day with the same link you can join. All of you can join.
Okay.
Those who are here and the faculty members, you can join with the same link this whole week, 13th Friday. Right? Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Rama madam.
Yeah,
Explain
thank
very
you so
nicely.
Have a nice day, ma'am.
Bye, principal.
Bye bye.
Bye, principal.
Special thanks to all our children.
Bye, principal, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye, principal, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.